We're live, Lemuel. Let me add you to the right. That way you're not muted. Oh, look at what I did, Lemuel.
There's a sparkle in your eyes.
Oh, I like this. We're both there.
The warmth of your skin.
What's good? Let's go.
The touch of your hand
Mr. Hunt.
makes me tremble within.
Yeah, he was there already. He came in before everybody else coming in.
Welcome, David. Welcome. Don't know if they can hear us, but you know what? It's all good.
Gonna be alone. 'Cause with you, I'm finally coming home. I wanna be with you always.
You always. I like this song. Ooh, who sings this?
This is on Epidemic Sound. I can't remember. It's Better Places is the name of it.
Yep.
So.
Yep.
We're still in Doc's music. Doc's intro music. Sorry, Doc. We love you.
Whoop, 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 whoop. Whoop, 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 whoop.
Outnumbered, Lemuel. It's 2 Davids to 1 Lemuel.
2 Davids to 1 Lem.
Hey, Steve's in the house. We're listening.
Steve.
We won't tell anybody, Steve. We promise.
Hey, hey, hey. Let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go.
T minus 45.
Here we go. Hey, 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 hey. Yes.
Man.
Yes.
What do you think, Lem?
Mm-hmm.
Kick it off 15 seconds early?
No, wait on.
First, Mr. Hunt is first. One and boom. Transition. Let's go, let's go.
Let's go, let's go, let's go. Yeah, that sounds good.
Hey,
David.
everybody. Lemuel. What's happening, my
Brother
brother?
Hunt is in the house. I'm
Hey.
doing well, man. I'm doing fantastic. How you doing, sir?
I am doing good, my friend. Ready to tackle a
Yes.
awesome topic. Bunch of people. This may be beneficial. People may want to say, "How do y'all go live to all those places at once?" And guess what?
Yeah.
We're going to show you how to do it today. It's this little thing
All
called
right.
Restream. Boom.
Restream.
Let's say hey to everybody that's in the joining us live stream. Mr. Hunt, you were first.
Yes, he
Good
was.
afternoon, David.
He
You were
was
on
waiting on
Facebook.
us.
That's right. Okay, Steve, I know I typed this already, but your secret is safe with us. We're not going to tell anybody. And look,
And I want to
nobody
big
can
out.
see
I
this.
and I want to shout out Sammy, man. It was a great interview with
D. Nimmons?
D. Nimmin, right?
Yeah, it was good. It was fantastic.
It was fantastic, man.
Yeah.
Great job, buddy. So proud of you.
Yeah. Sammy is everywhere, David. He's everywhere. Sammy is on 3 live streams. Matter of fact, he's probably in this room somewhere, eavesdropping on us right now as we speak. He's like the NSA of live streaming,
everywhere.
Beards and Banjos. Hey, hi everyone. It's
Yes.
Beards and Banjos. Welcome.
Yes. Welcome, everyone.
All right.
Thanks for hanging out with us. I know it's afternoon here in New York City at 2 p.m. What time is it over there where you're at, Dave?
It's 11 in the morning, so almost lunchtime, Lemuel. I will get off this stream and I'll get to go eat some lunch. And it's still morning for me.
That's good. I ate some lunch earlier today,
Killing
so
me, bro.
I'm good and ready to go.
I'm like using all of my my body fat to sustain myself, because I'm trying to. I'm trying to do
the intermittent fasting thing. So I try to eat after 1 o'clock.
Right.
But I didn't do that today. I drank some coffee, and then I took half a piece of muffin.
Well, there you go. The only thing I've had is a cup of coffee and some water all day. So I am doing the intermittent.
I had that too.
Thing, and yep. Let's see here. Oof! I just realized I'm gonna put that on Do Not Disturb, so I don't get text messages whenever we do share that part of the programming on my iPad and stuff. So, Lemuel, what do you say we dive off into this topic of?
Let's go in.
First of all, No. You want to say something?
No, go ahead. I was just going to talk about a little bit about Ecamm and the power of it, and
why don't you do that,
and then
hand
you off into your Restream.
Yeah, let's do it. Go.
Yeah. And for those that may not know about one of our favorite software, especially when it comes to live streaming, it is Ecamm Live, provided by the Ecamm network. Two gentlemen created the software for the sake of helping content creators and business owners and ministers and anybody else in between and in that sphere of influence and space to go out and reach their audience and make their mark in the communities that they belong to. It is it is a Apple only product. That is a Mac-based for Mac product. It is provided for us so that we can stream into YouTube or into Facebook. But as of this conversation, it only does allow that for one-way streams only. So that means that if you're using Ecamm, you can only go to one space at a time. You can't go through Facebook and then YouTube at the same time. You can only either choose Facebook, you can choose YouTube, you can choose LinkedIn. Now they just got LinkedIn. You could use Twitch, or you could use other spaces that they drive your live stream into, but it is only one way, so you can only go into one space. And if you are one of those people that are in different spaces and meeting different communities at a time, then you would need something that will help you bring your stream into more than one place. And this is where David comes in and talks about Restream.
Yeah. So one of the things that one of the tools that allows you to go to multiple places at once is Restream. Obviously, there are some other tools that you can use and stuff, but I think Restream is probably the most commonly used one in the live streaming realm or world. And it's a really good platform. So Restream came out somewhere in the neighborhood of 2016, I believe. They did a AppSumo deal. If you're not checking out AppSumo, you can get some really amazing deals there. Software developers early on in the game. So I signed up, for example, for Restream on AppSumo in 2016, I believe, when they launched this platform. And I just kind of had a feeling, my gut was like, this might be big in the future. So I'm going to go ahead and lock it down. And I bought several licenses, and they allowed you to stack them and stuff. And what that does for me is there's many different plans that you can, now that Restream is blown up, it is what it is. Everybody's using it now to go to multiple platforms because it's so easy. It's now pretty pricey, and I feel really lucky that I did jump on it. in 2016 with AppSumo? Because, I mean, I can stream to like 20 different places at the same time, and I paid one fee back in 2016, which was a lifetime
Wow.
license and stuff, and I kind of stacked it. So now, some of the other ones back then, even, when we were live streaming, because I've live streamed actually since back around that time, I was Wirecast, and it was just, I mean, it was a behemoth of a program to run. It was just really, really hard. You had to connect Skype. You had to do all of these things just to get to go to multiple places at once. You could do it, but you dang near had to have an engineering degree to get it working. And Restream came along, and it's so easy. So I am noticing one thing here. I mean, I was going to do a live demo mode, and I didn't realize that once we went live, it would remove giving me the ability to show what, the checkbox where you can kind of choose where you want to go live to. So I'm just going to kind of verbally explain this. And one thing that
I can go on my end.
Yeah, that would be fantastic if you can.
Because I do have it here.
Now,
sure.
And then I can put you up in solo. So basically, to connect Restream to Ecamm is really easy. It's just like connecting YouTube or Facebook or anything. In Restream, you have the option of where you want to go live, and it's just a drop-down menu. So you just choose Restream. So I'm going to put you, and I'm going to go full on you. And then if you want, what are you going to do? Share your screen?
Yep. I am actually getting it ready right now.
All right.
For what you're looking to do. You just lead me, and I will follow, as they would say.
Well, then you can hit it whenever you're ready, because you're on the screen. If you need a couple of more minutes, you know what? We're doing this on the fly, and this is the power of Ecamm. I can do some talking, and you can. All right, looks like you got
Here
it.
we are.
Well, I've got Restream. Yep. That's not what I need. I need for you to have it in Ecamm. So I need you to show Ecamm.
Oh,
not
okay.
In Restream.
Okay.
You understand? I can walk through that aspect, but for example, let me pull.
I see. I got you.
You know what I'm saying? Down here in the bottom right.
I am using my virtual cam at this present time, but I can.
Will it allow you to see here? So I'm showing demo mode, and everybody can see my finish button here. Right where this finish button is, there's normally a drop-down menu which allows you to choose where you want to go live. There's just a menu there, and you want to grab it and click Restream, and it's going to prompt you to log in to Restream. And once you're logged into Restream, you can do a few things, and we'll kind of go over that. So if you are able to show that, Lemuel, we can absolutely let you do that. Or
yes,
otherwise,
let me work on it right now.
One thing I do want to say is we've got a formal follow-up video that Indy is doing that's going to walk step by step, with how to do connect the Restream and stuff. So, I guess, this is what you learn when you go live. I was hoping to share. I was going to demo mode and share all of this stuff with you guys, and then I realized, oh, I'm live. It won't allow me to choose the drop-down menu anymore. So, hey, more than
so
one
good.
way.
I will.
Yeah,
I will.
let me give you then.
Let me work it out.
All
Let me
right.
work it out.
Well, there you go. There you go. That's it right there. So right there on Lemuel's screen, you see destination record only. So he can choose Restream.io right there. And once he chooses that, go ahead and select it, Lemuel. And hit go live on Restream right there. It's going to pull up a box, and it's going to want you to log in. So unless your Restream is already connected, and then in that case, hit finish.
I'm already connected.
Yeah,
yes.
Yeah. Well, that's okay. Yeah, that's fine. Look, so you know what? I'm sitting over here in live demo mode, so people can probably have a hard time seeing that. Let's get live is awesome. Thank you, David. We are awesome. You're awesome too, by the way.
David. Yeah, man. What a fantastic dude.
So here's the thing. It's that
I
easy.
I can log out of Restream so that
Well,
we
here,
can
yeah.
go ahead and
Let's.
bring it all
It's
the way
not.
out.
Yeah, it's
I'm
not.
logging out, so now that you can
Well, it's not
we can
there.
do that again.
You need to go up to your Ecamm Live preferences over there. So go into
Uh-huh.
Ecamm Live and log out of Restream there. That's where you log out of Restream, folks. So you're about
Let
to
me
get.
show that again.
Yeah.
Let me show that again.
Yeah.
Log in and log out as well,
That's
right?
right. Yeah, you're going to log out, and then we'll walk through the process again real quickly. So he's got Restream.io selected. Now you see the screen says log in. To connect Restream to Ecamm, just simply click
Mhm.
there or click the big blue login button, and then you put your email, your login information for Restream, and then boom, it's connected. And you saw that already. So there we go. Lemuel, you can stop sharing your screen. I think people get that. We're going to do the India video and stuff as well. That way you don't have to share with the world your your login
my
information.
my login info.
Hey, if anybody needs a free Restream account, just follow this video.
Check it out.
All right. So
Steve, for somebody that's working, you're definitely watching us a lot more than you're working.
yeah, that's right. Let's catch up with some of the chat. So
Yes.
Beards and Banjos. Do we know this person? That's just an awesome name. So
That is awesome.
I love Ecamm.
Are you in our group, Beards and Banjos? What is your name? Please share with us.
Yeah,
That would
please
be
share
fantastic.
with us. Absolutely. And let's see here. He says, I haven't figured out how to get Facebook comments to come through when I stream. YouTube works fine. So it depends on where you stream on Facebook and in what context. Do you mean you're not able to get them into Ecamm Live or what? So give us a little bit more context. Lemuel and I can probably help you sort that problem. Why, thank you, David. You are awesome.
Yeah,
too.
there are. If you are using Ecamm Live, which we highly recommend, we are Ecamm Live users, and pretty much our educational educational outlets will be about Ecamm, Ecamm Live, and live streaming with that. But if you are in any of the spaces, you must allow Ecamm permission to number one, go into your, let's say, your private group, and then from there you have to then the folks that are in your group, the members in your group, have to allow and give permission for Ecamm for them to use their images or their avatars.
We're going to do this real quick because this is
Welcome, Brian. I see Brian. Thank you,
see
Brian.
here.
That's Brian Haywood, Beards and Banjos.
Yeah, it won't allow me to do it now, but I'm going to take it a step further.
What are we looking
here.
to do?
So I'm just going to add on to what you were talking about with Brian and regarding Facebook comments. So if you go to your personal Facebook page or, or a business page or something, those people have already agreed to, to be on your page publicly, and those pages are public and whatnot. Groups, however, like Lemuel said, are private. So you got to get their permission. And the way that you do that, if you don't know, there is a little link. When you go live in a Facebook group, in your comments and reactions at the bottom, so I'm gonna hit live demo mode, and normally right here where you see the comments, underneath that is going to be a link that you're going to copy, and you can add that to your description of your live stream, and that will allow people to click that link, and then it gives permission to what Lemuel was talking about. So in private groups, people join private groups, they're private. They don't have permission to live stream to the world on YouTube, for example, and Facebook, because it's a private group. That's the difference and stuff, and that's why it's important. And Ecamm makes it easy because they, when you choose to go live in a private group, for example, Ecamm puts a little link down there that allows you to copy it and put it in the description so that you can see people's faces, names, and who they are instead of just Facebook user. They're anonymizing them because of the privacy of the Facebook group. So hopefully that.
Well, he asked, I think he said the comments won't go through Ecamm Live when I use Restream to YouTube and my personal Facebook page.
Okay. Well, then that might be something that you want to report. I don't know if you're a part of the beta group, but or just send an email to support Ecamm support and let them know, because it may be a bug
I
that you're
believe
experiencing.
there are some there are is the YouTube comments also not coming through? Because
No.
most of the time the YouTube comments come through, and sometimes Facebook has a different method and the way they kind of allow for conversations or their comments to go through. So it's a little strange
Yeah, he
when it
says that
comes
it
to
does come
Restream.
through on
So
YouTube. So he says the YouTube ones come through, but the Facebook ones not so
yeah,
much.
so the Facebook page, it's Facebook. You know, at I think that's an ongoing issue. At least that's the last time I was using Restream. Now, mind you, I do have the Restream mid-level plan,
Yeah.
but I have not used Restream because I am trying to establish my YouTube
Yeah.
page, as well as um, you want my audience to be at one place at one time. Actually, Miss Diana talks about that in a little
Yeah.
bit, trying not to divide your audience between several spaces.
Yeah.
So we do want to encourage you, if you whatever space you're trying to build, that you should try to see if you could just go into that space. Now, obviously, there are certain times that you do need to go to different spaces, and that's where Restream comes in. But the times that I have used Restream, I have had issues with Facebook comments. And I think that is if you're still seeing that, or you're still experiencing that, most likely it is a Facebook issue
Right.
as opposed to an Ecamm issue or
Yeah.
a Restream issue.
Well, I'm going to circle us back to our topic for the day, which is how to connect Ecamm to Restream. So once you've connected Ecamm with Restream, which was pretty simple, we showed you how to do that on Lemuel's stream. And I'm going to go ahead and here, I'm going to choose this, and I'm going to show you. So this is my Restream account, for example. And these are all of the logins, the accounts that I have. Once you log in and you connected it, you're going to need to choose where you want to go live, for example. So let's just say, we've got we'll choose one of these here. You can see I chose YouTube, Let's Get Live. And then what you also want to do is at the top, there's this Update Titles button up here. You're going to want to click on that. And that's going to open up that. And that's going to allow you to update your title. You can do that in Ecamm as well, but you can do it in Restream as well. I tend to do mine in Restream just because it's just the way that I've done it. But you can also do it in Ecamm as well when you're scheduling this out. And it's that easy. So I'm going to click off because we're not going to go live anywhere right now to any of those places. And but it's that easy. Put your title, description, and then hit the go live button. And guess what? Restream streams it to, if you selected 10 places, you got 10 places you're going live to. And I think that's, it's not rocket science, and it's not too terribly difficult. Ken and Glenn are awesome because they have made it very simple to integrate with existing tools that other companies have made that, focus around live streaming and stuff. So it's pretty cool. Lemuel, anything else you want to add?
If Restream also does have a tutorial or instructional page for connecting Ecamm, so that you guys can actually go 1, 2, 3. It's about 3 or 4 steps. So it's not a very complicated way to get into Restream. So the challenges are obviously is wanting to know where and how many places do you want to go to, and then navigating all the allowances or the permissions between those spaces. Dealing with comments, they should populate all together. And as Brian, I believe Brian, right? that's Beards and Banjos, just kind of brought to our attention. Facebook does have some type of kink when it comes to allowing their comments to come in.
That's good. That's good.
Yeah, so those are the other. Connecting it to Ecamm is a fairly simple procedure, like David just showed. And again, our colleague will be providing a more edited version of this conversation. We just want to give everybody kind of heads up and give a chance for us to kind of talk back. Because if you're new in the space, sometimes like myself, when I was brand new in the space, I was inundated. Number one, I was like, wow, Ecamm is fantastic. Then I was like, oh, I'm on YouTube, I'm on Facebook, I'm on LinkedIn, I'm on all these spaces. And I want to go, and I was kind of like gangbusters. I want to go everywhere at all times because I have groups and I admin different places. So let me go and spread myself as wide and as far as I could. And so I gave myself so many links, enough on the plan that I was in. And then I realized, you know what? I was having 5 show up on Facebook, and I got 5 on YouTube, but on Ecamm it showed that I had like 30, or maybe 20 or maybe 15, depending on your audience. And I'm like, where's everybody? And now the conversation is kind of like jagged, because YouTube is having a conversation, Facebook is having a conversation, and I'm trying to advance all of that. And the YouTube and the Facebook people can't talk to each other. And if the idea of actually going live is to build community, you're kind of dividing the community a little bit. So when I realized, let me just go straight into what I'm doing. Again, David and I are here about Restream because there are those other times where you need these kinds of split platforms, so to speak, or restreaming to other areas. But and so
that's actually a good point. I mean, what use case would you have to go to multiple places at one time? I mean, I guess for me, what I think about, when should I go to more than one place at a time? Because I agree with you, Lim, and I think if you're growing a channel and an audience and stuff, you need to focus on that and do that. But is there a time that warrants that? So, man, you got any ideas of when might warrant a multi-stream to multiple platforms?
Yeah, I mean, I would think that making sure. And I'm just thinking off the bat here because I don't have that great number of audiences, but I'm thinking that if you're maybe like Brian was saying, Beard and Banjos, that he has banjos on one end and he has a beard type of community on the other end. And so if you really don't want to mix those two communities, I could see you going in between those those spaces.
Okay.
And those platforms. Yeah, but if you have if your mission is to bring a group of people as one community under one banner, then I would just use Restream kind of to let one community or the other communities that we're going in, all of us gonna come in and meet at this summit, so to speak. Okay, so if it's YouTube is the summit and I am broadcasting different places, so I broadcast through Amazon Live, and I could really go and Restream and go through my other pages, public pages, as I go live. But I found out that the conversation that is happening on Amazon and that's happening on my other platform are disjointed. And so people are not seeing me on Amazon Live, and I'm commenting on the person that's on Amazon Live, and the person on Facebook didn't see the comment. So now there's kind of like that feeling, that sense like, hey, I'm not connected to the conversation. So what I would do is, if I have all these different kind of like octopus outlets, is to stream for a certain amount of time, inviting people to come into one place, into that summit, wherever it is, and then cut off the other streams. I know let me finish that thought. Cut off the other streams so that everybody just goes to the summit. I know I follow a gentleman who does options and stock trading. And when he begins his conversation, he spends about 10 minutes on all different platforms, but everyone is encouraged to jump into the Zoom meeting that he is holding, so that at the end of 10 minutes, in order for you to continue hearing from him, and in order for you to continue getting the kind of value that you feel like you're getting from him, you'd have to jump into his Zoom. And that's a great way to kind of get everybody rallied up, all the platforms, kind of like all your communities rallied up. Hey, come and join me at this one point. So that's a fantastic place for where Restream really can work.
Yeah. So we've got a couple of questions. Sammy wants to know, what kind of Restream account do you have? I don't know what kind Lemuel has. I shared a little bit about which account I have. I have a lifetime license to Restream that I bought back in 2016. They allowed you to stack 3 lifetime licenses, so I bought 3. And
wow,
I think I can go to, I've got probably about 12 channels connected currently, and I can connect more. So I'm not even sure how many I can stream to, but it's quite a few. And in order to do that now, it would cost you, dang near your firstborn to have that plan on Restream.
Well,
now.
I have premium, but it was not $909. I think I bought it at $300 something.
Right.
When they had off. You know what it is, David? Live streaming is becoming such a part of everybody's life. Yeah. You know what I put in a notes, because I'm trying to create a video for Let's Get Live about live streaming, and I realized that 2020 was kind of like the preseason for live streaming.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? It was the preseason. Everybody's kind of figuring out. The pandemic allowed us all to jump in. Everybody and their grandmother started streaming online. Literally everybody's grandmother. My mother is streaming online, and she has, 8 grandchildren. That's so everybody and their grandparents are actually streaming online.
Does everybody else want to know what Lemuel's grandmother is streaming online? I know I want to know. What is she streaming?
Not my grandmother. If my grandmother is streaming online, I will be scared, because she has been passed and gone.
Okay, sorry.
For years. But my children's grandmother,
I want to know.
My children's grandmother is going live on Facebook almost every day. So she has her ministry, and she's doing her thing. Yeah. But 2020 is kind of like the preseason of live stream. Right. We are now in the big leagues of live streaming. And that's the reason why Restream, probably their server needs have so outgrown what they used to have, that the amount of money they need to spend just to make sure that every stream that is going through their system is supported.
And demand too. So
man. So now you're talking about $1,000 a year almost. Yeah. For a premium account that cost me $300 at the beginning of the year. Yeah. So,
Yeah. And I guess I should be like really knocking on wood, because that was a one-time fee for me. So I think I paid like $120 stacked, like $40 per license or something like crazy like that. So, David, you asking a question here. Is there a way to get comments from Facebook to show up on YouTube, vice versa? Unfortunately, no. I don't foresee that really ever going to happen, because, cross-pollination between Facebook and YouTube, allowing those comments to come in and stuff. They can obviously come in on this live stream, because Ecamm Live does it, and all the comments come into one place, just like on Restream, but they won't show up on YouTube. If I'm on Facebook, the Facebook users' comments are not going to show up on the YouTube channel. So if you're just a random person in there, and I don't foresee that ever happening. I don't see YouTube and Facebook, sharing API integrations to where
they find themselves competitors.
Yeah,
and even this affects us as content creators, because if you load or if you post a YouTube link on Facebook, it has less value than somebody searching it. Am I right, David?
Absolutely.
Than somebody searching it online or what have you. So they trying to like downplay each other. So it's a little strange. But Al Williams says, I got an email offer today at 35% off for Restream. Yeah. And you will hear it from us. You will hear it from me. You will hear from David, and you will hear it from, everybody else in the team. You have to just look at your use case. You understand? So you want to make sure that, 35% is good. And that's what? It's 35% would be $600 instead of $1,000 almost. Huge. So it's massive, but you gotta consider, okay, what am I going to use Restream for? So I bought it and I haven't used it in 2 months, so that's because I do not have a plan for Restream. Now, Steve just said, oh, this is a great idea. Lemuel just gave me a great idea. So, if you have a plan for it, make sure it's of value to you. And not just because it's available to you. Those two are two different things.
Exactly. So I'm going to answer one here real quick because Beards and Banjos, Brian, thanks for jumping in the chat and stuff. You can use Restream chat app to show comments from all outlets at once. Absolutely. Just like Ecamm, we can see all of the comments. If we were going to Facebook and YouTube at the same time, which we're not right now, we're only going to YouTube, we would be able to see the comments here, but you can also be on Restream's platform pulling in all of the comments from wherever you're going live to all of those places. So Dr. Elo's in the house, and Mr. Camera Junkie, it's both Lemuel and I is the answer, because he's typing on his and then I'm typing.
You know why, David? Because we about the community, baby. We about you. We ain't about ourselves here. Right. We about you.
Yeah, it's like I realized that it's both of us that's actually typing in the chat and stuff.
I was like, let me go in there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And here's the thing that I love is about going to one platform as opposed to multi-platforms is I can type right in Ecamm here, which is nice, as opposed to having a browser open on my phone or iPad or somewhere and handling it that way. So when you go to multiple places, Ecamm cuts that feature out. It doesn't allow you to do it. So,
Brian, I'm not sure why you would need Restream as an NDI source. Because if you have a single camera, you will only have one camera. So I'm not sure.
He's talking about, I think, back to the chat, which is a really good idea, Brian. You can actually have your, I guess you can have your, maybe that's what you're referring to. You can have the NDI source, your Restream chat app, to where it's like showing all of those comments and stuff, maybe, is kind of maybe what I'm thinking he's going for right there. So, yeah. Well, I think we've talked Restream to death because it's only about a 2-minute tutorial, and we've been talking for 35 minutes, Lemuel.
It really was. We're kind of stretching out the rubber band really thin.
That's good.
And we better let go before it either breaks or we either slap ourselves in the head. I've known that too well when I was a kid. Come on, keep pulling, don't let go. Snap, and both of us fall down, or one of us let go and the other one leaves with a welt on his face.
Right. Well, we want to, thank everybody for coming and joining us this morning and or this afternoon, depending on where you're at. It's my morning, Lemuel's afternoon. So
yes.
Beards and Banjos, if you're not in the Facebook group, go join the Let's Get Live Facebook group. It is awesome. That community is amazing. If you're not in the Ecamm Live community Facebook group as well, that's an awesome one as well. So join those two, and you will not regret it if you're an Ecamm Live user and or contemplating whether or not you're going to use Ecamm Live. So come join us, hang out with us, have fun, and educate yourself and help educate other people as well at the same time. So, boom. Lemuel, what else, brother? Anything?
Thanks, everybody. Again, I'm just reiterating what you're saying. We do have a video. If you have not seen it, the lock your screen, the lock your overlays video by India, as well as Miss Diana's video. Go ahead and check those videos. And last week's video is M1. our M1 discussion with Doc and Diana being on the stream as well. Look forward to seeing you guys next week, 2 p.m. Eastern Standard. What is it? 1 p.m. Central, 11 a.m. 11 a.m.
You're doing good, Lemuel. You're doing
and
good.
8 a.m. right in Hawaiian time.
What?
Yeah. 8 a.m. Hawaiian time, isn't that
I know.
right?
I know.
Right?
I'm wedding. Mr. Camera Junkie says he did his first Ecamm live stream yesterday.
Congratulations.
Congrats.
Where's that sound? Give
Yeah.
a DJ horn or something.
Yeah, hold on, man. You don't have to. Hold on. I was.
Come on.
prepared to- I was prepared. I was prepared
There
to
you
go
go.
out with outro music because we were closing down, and then Mr. Camera Junkie slid in there right at the end with awesome news. So.
Yes. Yeah, go ahead and check out the videos in the channel, y'all. Until next time.
Peace. We'll see y'all next week, Thursday, same time, same place on YouTube. Lemuel, thanks for coming, brother.
Thanks for having me, bro. Always a pleasure.
Sparkle in your eyes. I feel the warmth of your skin.
Peace, everybody.